Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently finished Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Meltdown by none other than the illustrious Jeff Kinney. And it's actually quite funny. It's like all the other Wimpy Kid books that we've come to know and love, but this actually deals with a massive snowstorm that comes into the neighborhood, and all the kids deal with the backlash of that, but it actually builds up to that, which it's interesting. It also talks about just the structure of the neighborhood itself, the high hill kids and the low hill kids, or the kids at the top of the hill and the kids at the bottom of the hill, and how kids at the bottom of the hill haven't made because they become athletes really easily and they can play games with each other, whilst the high hill kids find it hard to play any games whatsoever just because it's just so difficult. The atmosphere is so rare. And I thought, isn't that kind of a exaggeration, Greg? But it's really funny and it's very amusing. His pig goes missing and he has to go searching for him, but he never finds him. So I'm not sure really what happened to the pig. I don't know if we're gonna get an update on that at the next Diary of a Wimpy Kid, because I'd like to know what happened to the pig, honestly. Let's see. Of course, the puppet at the very beginning is Mr. Morsels, and I thought. What the heck is that? I couldn't make heads or tails of it, but Greg speaks about how his mom would wear the puppet and have the puppet eating vegetables just to get Greg to eat them, and Greg actually used Mr. Morsels to eat his peas for him because he absolutely loathed peas, but I thought, well, that was rather brilliant of you. That's very clever. Kind of sneaky as well, but he found the puppet later on, and it ends up at a very unusual, very unlikely place. Like any of the other Diary of a Wimpy Kids, I would say that it's another funny one. I love the fact that he talks about this kid that makes snowballs, and he says he's fairly sure that this young man is going to become a millionaire when he's older. Then he talks about the whole mechanization of how this young boy was able to put sludge in the middle of his sloppy seconds snowballs, and he said, don't ask me how he was able to pull that off. I thought, yeah, science. That would be my answer to everything that I can't explain otherwise. But it's woefully short, just like any of the other Wimpy Kids. And I got it from the kiosk over at the library, and I'm glad I got it because I wanted to get it. I just think it's a lot easier if I just happened to find it by happenstance, and I'm glad I did. And I'm hoping he writes another one because, like I said, I'm rather curious as to what occurred with the pig. There are lots of things that he talks about. It's the whole train of thought that Greg has. It seems like Greg kind of has ADD. He jumps from one thing to another very rapidly, but it's funny how he describes everything, and everything is relatable, even if you're not a kid, but if you went to school, it's definitely relatable. And Greg, he has to hike up a hill just to get to his classes on time, and I think, ugh. I didn't have to do that at all. When I was younger, I lived in a neighborhood where I could walk across the street just to go to school, because that's where the middle school was, just right across the way, just one block adjacent, and then down the street was the elementary school. So it was elementary school just a few blocks away, and junior high, which was just a few steps away across the street. And then high school, which was a few blocks down the way. And all I had to do was walk. And it didn't matter. I just thought, I'm getting my exercise in. This is easy. But I really don't miss my hometown, honestly. I've been rather introspective as of late, and excuse me for that because I know I get off topic, but anyways, I enjoyed the book immensely. I thought it was extremely humorous, as all the Wimpy Kid books are, and seeing Greg go through his travails and trials and triumphs is I think the most relatable thing, especially when he's assigned his geography. I don't think it was geography. I don't remember if it was for his geography class or if it was for social studies or what it was, but he had to do a report. I thought, oh, thank God those days are over. But I'm actually still doing reports right now due to the fact that I'm going back to school online through CTU to get a master's degree, but I have to do a presentation. All the students do. Luckily, I can just do it through PowerPoint. And I don't have to worry about showing my face in front of other people. Whew, thank goodness. It makes it a little less awkward for me because I don't like speaking in front of people. But that's another story. But anyway, I just want to wish everybody a happy Turkey Day. And I hope that you are able to get a lot of really sumptuous things to eat. I pray that you had an exquisite repast like I did. I had everything that I could have wanted and more, including a strawberry preserve. Actually, I should say strawberry preserves that were as if heaven were bottled. And little angels had somehow bent the fabric of space and time and inserted themselves inside the jar to make it even more delicious. But anyways, I really don't have that much else to say. I'm in the process of getting a new computer, which will lend me to actually writing Genre Jumper, which I think is going to be my next big project. And I want to excuse me, I want to make a graphic novel out of it because I think that's the best way for me to actually make money on the side if I can. I shouldn't say if, I'll say when I can. I'll work on that. Another thing I have up and coming is what was it? It's about a young woman who has the ability to enchant just by looking at somebody, and the government wants to try and hire her due to her skill, but she continues and shuts them down no matter how many offers or bargains that they try to bait her with. I have a lot of different stories that I have actually written down on pieces of paper, but I haven't really gotten around to actually writing them. The same thing with my collaborations. I know that on my blogger, and it probably irritated some people and angered others, but I actually wrote, a lot of you may wonder why the devil I haven't been able to write any collaborations with Bright Star Angie, and this is the reason why. My Chrome is basically worthless. So unfortunately that's my reality currently. However, note I said however, there's a ray of sunshine in this story, my friends. I am going to be talking to my friend about this come the first day of Hanukkah. Actually, Hanukkah starts at sundown on the 2nd of December. So I thought, how apropos that I'd be able to actually hopefully get a present, even though I'm not Jewish and I don't really celebrate. Well, I do celebrate Hanukkah in my own way. But I'm by proxy, so I can still say that I do. What else? I really don't know what else to say. There's a lot going on. I have a lot planned for the future, and I'm actually looking forward to Christmas this year. Thanksgiving was outstanding. It was the best Thanksgiving I've had in a long time. I had 3 Thanksgivings. I had one through the company, one through my church, and one with my mom's side of the family. and it was good seeing them again. And I interlaced discussion on reunion, and there have been hints dropped that maybe it will be in Michigan, but I'm not for sure. I'm hoping that it will be, because that would mean a very short trip for me and fewer tolls, etc., etc. But maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It's still up in the air, but I'm hopeful it does, because I haven't seen my mom's side of the family in years, and I just want to see how much they've grown and how big they're getting, and I want to get to know everybody again, just because it's been eons. But beyond that, that's all I have to say about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you've read the series up to this point, you'll find that Mr. Kinney does not fail to disappoint. And the style of humor that we've come to expect, especially with the Heffley family and Rowley, and how Rowley is his usual goofy self, and how he tends to be kind of braggart about some things. I thought, yeah, this this actually holds true. And of course we have Fregley, the kid that nobody else wants to befriend because he's so weird. But poor Fregley. Fregley he just wants somebody to play with him. That's all he cares about. I feel for the kid, but then again, he is very eerie, so he's got that whole creeper vibe going on. So I get why people don't want to have anything to do with him. He's just odd. And I mean odd in a bad way. I don't mean odd in a good way. But that's all I gotta say. So take care, everybody. May you be blessed. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Don't fall into a tryptophan coma. I know I did. Tryptophan does not affect me. I don't know why, but it never makes me sleepy. I'm always I'm always raring to go, just wanting to accomplish the next task while other people are dead to the world asleep. I think, really? Why am I not wanting to sleep right now? It makes no sense, but whatever. Until next time. Live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.